So guys, welcome back to the channel. Like always, this is the EM West Network and I'm your host. This particular product right here is something a little bit different than what I normally review on the channel. Now, it was sent to me through email. I corresponded with Iclever and it sent out 2 products. This is the first one. This happens to be a child's headset. It's made for people that may be autistic, a form of autism. This is what the website claims. Not the website, I'm sorry. The Amazon link claims. And it is also for someone that may have some issues with loud noise while outside. It's not to be worn for hours upon hours upon hours like a regular headset. So please be careful. Test this yourself. Talk to your doctor before using this product because you don't want this to affect your child in a negative way. Not saying that it will, but safety first, like always. Now, with that being said, let's unbox this together and talk about whether it's actually worth the asking price. So once you take open the box, the only thing that comes inside of it is this plastic for the headset itself, and of course the instructions right here. So I'm going to show you the headset real fast, then we'll look at the instructions, even though it's not really much to look at. If you want to adjust these, just so you know, instead you don't pull on the band itself, you're going to pull on this wire. See this? Not pull on the wire, but you'll pull on the ear muff, and it'll actually slide up and down. And believe it or not, depending on the size of the person's head, this actually fits on my head just fine. And it was, I'm not going to say it was super comfortable, but remember, it's made for children. But as a reviewer, I have to test everything before I can suggest it. Now, this is the part that really matters that they're talking about. This is the PVC inside of it right here. See this? This is the cushion right here. I tried to pull this cushion out. I don't think it's replaceable. So if this gets damaged, cut up, if something happens, an animal chews it up, whatever it is, technically you can go to an arts and crafts store and then cut out some more PVC and put it in there. But realistically, it's not going to isolate the same amount of sound. At least that's what's being advertised. And because of the price tag of this being like roughly $20 or so, you can just buy another one and replace it without a problem. Now, this is also all I want to say, because these don't play music, because they're meant to isolate noise, you're only going to use them a certain amount of times. It's not going to be an everyday thing probably. It's more likely going to be a once a week, twice a week, if even that much, maybe once throughout the day, a couple times. If you have to take a child with you to go to the store and you're just trying to isolate some of that noise, it will help. But like I said before, and I'm going to show you guys in the next section, it just doesn't, it feels like if life is at 100, this might bring it down to a 90. Just a slight noise difference. And what I mean by that, that 10% sounds like it's a lot, but the reality is if you turn your headset down from 90 to 100, yes, it's better for you to obviously have a lower volume, but it's still detrimental. This doesn't do that great of a job in isolation, in my opinion, but I'm going to show you guys in real time what it's capable of doing. Now, lastly, I do want to talk about this right here. This is the instruction. So for the people out there, again, I am not a scientist when it talks about frequencies and mean and standard deviation and stuff. I'm not too sure what all that means, but I'm going to leave it out here for the person that may have the child that has an ear issue that knows these numbers so that you guys can just go ahead and screenshot this and consult with your doctor. It says specifications. It comes with the cups. We already talked about that, the ABS. The headband itself is ABS plus PU cover, and the cushion is PVC with memory foam inside. Cleaning and maintenance and storage, it tells you how to do that it should be wiped and cleaned. Obviously, for anyone that's in the headphone game, you should always clean your headphones regardless of how many times you use it throughout the week. Just wipe it down real fast. It'll save you a lot of trouble, and because ears have a lot of germs in general, this is a little bit different, but you should still wipe it down because you want to protect your child and make sure that they're taken care of at all times. If you flip it over, it tells you the wearage and usage recommendations, and I want to reiterate this part right here. It says a usage time of approximately 90 minutes without break and approximately 3 hours per day in total. Just keep that in mind. I had to read that because this is not something that you want your kid to just walk around with 24 hours a day inside the house. It might cause some type of ear irritation or on the side of their face, because I did notice that when I left this on for a long period of time. And again, this is adult me saying this because it's kind of tight. It did leave a slight imprint on the side of my face after a certain amount of time. So just make sure, like I said before, that it's comfortable. Make sure you talk to your child and ask them how comfortable it is and how they feel, because children will wear shoes that are too small. So you just want to protect their ears. Outside of that, let's go on to the next section. No need to waste any more time. So I am standing outside Avon Market for the guys that are wondering. It's raining outside, there are cars going past, the wind is blowing. I figured this is the perfect time to wear this headset and really test it out. Now, from the website, it shows pictures of little kids holding a phone or being at a football game and different things, and that's substantially louder than where I'm at. Now, if I take this earmuff off, which I'm about to do, I can hear the wind a lot more with this off, obviously, because it's supposed to isolate sound. The background noises, like the beeping and the background with the lights on the corners, is much more apparent. I can hear it more. I also want to say that when I put this back onto my ear, it sounds like if I'm talking loud, it's because they do a good job of muffling sound. It's not really noise cancellation, it's just earmuffs. They muffle sound around you and try to lower the sound around you. Now, there's good to this and there's bad to this. Let me explain. When I'm walking down the street by myself in my own neighborhood where I tried it out, it was perfectly fine. When I heard people's conversations, I could still hear everything perfectly fine. This does not deafen anything. You can hear everything. Footsteps, if I'm stomping, walking, it may sound more hollowed out, but you can still hear everything perfectly fine. It's at a slightly lower octave. So again, if you're at a party, if you're a child that has some type of autism, because the website actually shows children that are autistic or children that have some type of sensory issue, that's what they're for. Then again, I'm not a doctor. So you would obviously need to consult with your doctor or your physician before using this headset for your child to make sure that it works well for them. But I will say that it does slightly lower noise around you, very, very slightly. I can still hear all the conversations. I can hear, like I said, all the footsteps, all the walking, everything going on. And to be completely honest with you, I don't think that this is powerful enough for a child that has like true terror from noises. Because again, there are a lot of children where cars go past, they're jumping. There's a lot of autistic children or children on the spectrum where they need complete silence or closer to like actual noise cancellation headphones. And they do make headphones that do that. But for this price tag, it's not bad for what it does, but it's not meant for like excessive use. Like if you're going to a restaurant and there's people's conversations around you, this is ideal for that. If you're sitting inside of a car or something and you're playing music and your child has a tablet or something, they're going to hear everything. So just keep in mind that they're not legitimate headphones that where sound comes through. It's just to block out unfiltered and unwanted noise, but it does minimal job at that. It just doesn't really block out much sound. And this is me as an adult with these headphones on. They're very comfortable in my head. That's the crazy part. And I hear everything perfectly. The only thing I can't hear is the wind blowing. The only thing I can't really hear is the subtle yells of people outside. But the moment I take this off, it's like, okay, it's amplified a little bit, but it's not that dramatic. So if it's at 100 normally when you're outside, this will bring it down to about a 90, maybe an 85, depending on the circumstances where you are, which, to be honest with you, it's kind of lackluster in that field. So to be completely honest with you guys, this is the only product that I've ever used that had the PVC tubing inside of it. And granted, it did take some of the noise down. Like I said earlier in the video, if noise normally is at 100, this brings it down to about a 90. And it'll bring it down to about an 85, depending if you're already in a quiet environment. Now, if you're going outside to concerts, taking your children to concerts, or when I mean concerts, like not video games, ball games like the website depicted, they're going to hear every bit of the noise, and this isn't going to do much to really block any of that sound out. I'm just being honest with you, especially if they're a child that's very sensitive to noise. I'm one of those people where I can't stand loud noise. It just irritates me, it gives me headaches, and I have to walk away. It's one of the reasons why I couldn't stand being at parties or concerts. Even though I enjoyed the concert, it was just too much noise for me. It gave me increasingly painful headaches. So that's why I invested in noise cancellation, so I could just have it in while still being able to enjoy my life on a regular basis. Because children are young and are sensitive, you don't want them to necessarily have noise cancellation headphones, because that could cause more problems than anything else. That's really meant for teenagers and adult consumption. This will do the job that it says it does. It's just that, don't think that you can just put your kid in a stroller, put a headset on them, hand them a tablet, and they're going to be okay outside. They're still going to hear all the conversations. They're still going to hear everything that's happening around you. It might be slightly lower. Like, for instance, wind pressure might be a little lower for them. The sound of rain just hitting the window might be a little bit. The patters might sound a little bit lower, but it doesn't actually block out the noise, honestly. If anything, it just makes things more muffled. And again, you know, it is what it is. So if that's something that you're looking for, this product is probably going to work for you. But if you're looking for something that actually does do noise cancellation, just so you know, Iclever and other products do have headphones that are Bluetooth, that are wireless and corded, that do exactly what you wanted to do. This is for a niche market, more so for the person that falls into the autistic line, and even then, consult with your doctor. I cannot say that enough. Make sure that it's safe for them. Anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys, and I will see y'all in the next video.